welcome to another episode of See Seguin, where we are seeing all of the wonderful places that our community has to offer. I'm Hannah Farmer, the Youth Services Librarian, and today we are taking a virtual tour of our very own Seguin Public Library. Erica, our library assistant, is going to show you around the library, and then she'll meet me back inside in the children's section. So let's go.
Hi everyone, my name is Erica Reyes, Library Assistant at the Seguin Public Library, and I'm here to give you a virtual tour, COVID edition. You're not going to be able to see everything we have to offer, but you're still going to be able to get to know all of the services we are currently offering. As you can see behind me, we have LEED Gold certification. The Seguin Public Library received a LEED award for new construction. The building received a gold certification by achieving sustainable initiatives worth 60 points. LEED stands for Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. The rating system is developed by the U.S. Green Building Council. The Seguin Public Library was awarded gold certification by achieving the following sustainable initiatives: for site development, native plant restoration, reduction of water use, cost savings in energy, use of materials manufactured from recycled materials, daylight and views to the outside in regularly occupied spaces. So if you're ready to start the tour, let's go ahead and get started. Follow me. So here we have the Friend Sale.
Oh, hi, welcome to the Friends store. I'm one of the volunteers here at the Friends of the Library sales shop. Over here is another volunteer making a sale. And you'll notice right up front, we've made some accommodations for COVID since we've had to have some safety precautions put into place. First of all, we now have a plexiglass shield between the volunteers and the customers. As well, we've got the hand wash right here on the inside and the outside, and we clean the surfaces regularly after we've had transactions or handled money. As people come in the front door, coincidentally, we ended up being, by default, the meet and greet station for the library. So we often welcome people to the library for the first time, and if they don't have their mask on, this big sign over here, per statewide mandate, helps them remember. Oftentimes they'll stop, go back to their car and come back in, and this may be their first stop along the way. So we come in and have books wall to wall, paperbacks, hardbacks, magazines, and then we have what people didn't know often, the back room. It's available for browsing. When people donate, and this is probably the most wonderful thing about this book sale shop, is these books on this table are donated by the wonderful patrons and community members that we have. Every book that you see around here, from floor to ceiling, is a donation. These are recycled and in wonderful shape, and the prices are very, very manageable. $1 for a paperback, sometimes less on sale. 25-cent books, sometimes for children. $3 for hardbacks. And then, of course, we have some exceptional things you'd like to know, like a coffee table book or a special interest book that may be up on the top shelf here and around the inside. We try to limit the number of people who are in here at one time, unless, as what happens often, is it's a whole family that comes in together. Then they come in and shop. They like the children's books here, and especially they like the children's books just around the corner on the floor in some wicker baskets. The kids come in, get down on their knees, and immediately begin to browse. They're all wearing their masks. And then as they leave, they help themselves to the hand sanitizer, clean, and away they go. It's a great accommodation, and we're still doing lots of business. We open every morning, except Sunday, at 10 o'clock. Come by.
And so now I'm going to show you guys where you can return your books. This is our automated book return. So what you're going to do is you're going to just place your books in one at a time, and it'll come off of your account. It'll check in. We also have one that's outside, and you can just pull up to the side of the building with your vehicle and just return your books in through there. Let's check out more of inside. So when you first walk in, this is the library. It's a 2-story facility. It is 43,000 square feet. Right here at the elevator, you'll see all of this reclaimed pecan wood. So what happened was this was a plot of land, and on this land there were a bunch of pecan trees. And so all of that wood was harvested and it was put back into the building. The wood was also reused to create large benches, conference room tables, coffee tables, and stump seats for the children's room. The striking wood is featured along the elevator and service desks. They were assembled piece by piece by local business Mesquite Furniture of Texas. And also, if you look behind me, this is a picture of a tree on site, and you're also going to be able to see this same picture used in different parts of the building. It's the same image, just cropped differently. I'll show it to you guys in the kids area. You can see it in color as well. So this is going to be the kids area, everything here behind me. As you can see, it's a very, very large area. So we have computers here available for the kids to use. As you can see, they're spaced out, socially distanced. We're gonna go into the kids area to see what Miss Hannah's up to.
So we are here inside at this really wonderful iPad tree. And this, of course, used to house our iPads with early learning games and apps. And we had to take those down during COVID, but we hope to bring them back eventually. But just because those are gone doesn't mean you can't access our wonderful digital resources at home for free with your library card, starting with Tumble Books. Tumble Books are animated picture books that read to you, and there's music and interesting stories. There's chapter books that read aloud to you as well, so great for practicing reading. And we have a brand new resource called Tumble Math that features math storybooks, stories that incorporate math concepts like counting all the way up through multiplication and word problems. There are also quizzes that you can pair with the stories to quiz yourself on your math skills. So that's a really good learning resource. In addition to all of our other digital resources like ebooks, audiobooks, and BrainFuse, where you can access live tutors for homework help and studying, as well as ABC Mouse that you can use here in the library on our computers. And finally, Mango Languages, where you can practice other languages. There are over 70 languages on Mango Languages that you can practice with their game-based app. Those are all free with your library card. And you can visit the library or call us to find out how to use all of those resources. We're over here in our early chapter book section. These are chapter book series for beginning readers. After you've learned the basics, you can move on to these early chapter books. They're about 100 pages long and feature larger text, great for grades 1 through 3. And there are really popular series like the Owl Diaries. Let me show you the first one. Owl Diaries is over here. And you can find these early chapter books by looking for these green labels. There's also Sophie Mouse, I see right here. My Weird School. Sophia Martinez is a new series. It's really great. The Magic Treehouse books are classics, and those are here. And Geronimo Stilton, along with many others. Once you have really practiced reading a lot of those early chapter books, you'll move on to the juvenile fiction chapter books. And I want to show you that we also have large print of some of those books. So follow me, and I'm going to take you to one of the very popular series that is also in large print. That's Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Those are right here by the author's last name, and you can see these are by Jeff Kinney, and the books that are in large print have this nice yellow label. And those large print books make it easier to read if you are struggling with reading. It's easier on the eyes and can be really great for readers with dyslexia or other difficulties reading. And we are ordering more and more of those, so look for those. It's not just the Wimpy Kid books, but there's Newbery Winners and other series like Percy Jackson too. So come check them out.
So this is going to be the kids area. The children's desk is right here. As you can see, there is also more reclaimed pecan wood here all around. We also have sanitation stations, so you're going to see a few of these around the building for you to use. So like I said, you're going to see this image all around the building. Here you're going to see it's in color. It is the same picture. and it's beautiful in color. It's on the glass, and this is a retractable glass to make this room larger. At this time, it's only being used for recording. We do have Zoom videos for children's events, and we are pre-recording some other videos as well. So that's the only time it's being used. Otherwise, we have it closed off. So let's take a look at our deck. This is our first floor deck. We have 2 decks in the library. The first floor is the largest of the 2. As you can see, it has a great view of the creek. This is Walnut Creek right behind us. And this is the city's hike and bike trail. It extends throughout the city. So the outdoor deck, you can come out here and bring your cup of coffee and your book. It is the one place in the library where you don't have to wear your mask. We know people have Zoom meetings or Zoom calls or video conference calls, and so we recommend this area if you need to have phone conversations. So this is going to be our staircase. Like I said, it's a 2-story building. We do have both floors open. If you guys are ready, let's go ahead and go see what's available upstairs. So on the second floor, you're gonna find our public computers. Even though we have 24 computers here on the second floor, only 12 are open to the public. We have them set up that way to help promote social distance. And to get onto the computer, all you're gonna need is your library card. You're gonna log in and your session can begin. If you don't have a library card and if you don't live in Guadalupe County, we can offer you a guest pass, and those guest passes are only good for an hour, but you can certainly ask for those. You can also print from the library, scan and fax and copy. Those services are still available throughout the pandemic. We do charge 15 cents for black and white, color is 50 cents, and faxing is $1 a page. So a couple of other things have changed throughout this pandemic in the way we operate. One of them being our library events and our programs. Another one is we now offer curbside service, and also how we sanitize our items.
Hello, my name is Crystal and I'm a library assistant here at Seguin Public Library. Today we want to talk to you about Curbside. Due to COVID, last year we had to make a few adjustments, but we had a really great addition to our services. Curbside service is offered for those who want to stay socially distant and have a safe checkout.
Patrons may browse materials and request holds by logging onto their account on the library's catalog located on our website. Patrons may also request holds by contacting the library via phone, email, or text. Once holds are placed, patrons will be notified when the items are ready for pickup. When you have parked in one of the designated curbside parking spots and have notified staff of your arrival, your holds will then be delivered. Recommended safety measures such as sanitation of materials and social distancing will be in place during pickup. Our curbside hours are Monday through Friday between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
So this is going to be our outdoor book return. And the way this works is you pull your vehicle right up to it. You're going to have to select a language, either English or Espanol, and you hit that button. You have to hit it for it to open. You're going to slide your items in one at a time, and from there it'll check in and come off of your account. If you look at the screen, you'll be able to see what items were checked in and the titles. If it doesn't read on the screen, it didn't check in properly, but that's the procedure. When library materials are returned, they are checked in through the automated book return. Whether it's the indoor or the outdoor book return, each item gets inspected individually. Staff will go through the pages of the returned items and check the condition. We look for any minor or major damage that the item may have. We even pull out lost or forgotten bookmarks that may have been left behind. We also go through the DVD discs and look for any scratches that they may have. After each item is inspected, it is placed into the book sanitizer. With this book sanitizer, the library is able to sanitize 20 books at a time in just 5 minutes. Items are placed into the book sanitizer onto individual racks. Once the machine is full with 20 items, we can then shut the door and press start. It's that simple to use. Here you can see the ultraviolet light disinfecting the materials. Reducing the risk of exposure to COVID-19 by cleaning and disinfecting is an important part of public spaces. It is important that during this pandemic, we all take an active role in making sure items are disinfected. It is also important to remember that we have all been called upon to slow the spread of the virus. Once the 5-minute cycle has been completed, the ultraviolet light and high-pressure air circulation shut off. We are then able to open the door and pull each item and place it on the cart to be shelved.
Hi everyone, I'm Mar Benitez, Library Assistant here at the Seguin Public Library, and you might recognize me from all of our crafting workshops and tutorials. So pre-pandemic, we had most of our programs in-house and in person. We had several programs a week and so many programs a month, and that has had to scale down and kind of change as we've had the pandemic going on. We've had to adapt our strategies for our programs as the pandemic has continued on and as the numbers have gone up. The library is doing virtual programs to minimize the contact between patrons and staff and trying to follow the CDC health guidelines. As COVID continues on, we envision continuing with our virtual programming, and we appreciate your patience with us as we adapt and that you have adapted along with us. Now that programs can't be held in person, there are different kinds of preparation that needs to be made ahead of time for all of these programs to go out for our community to enjoy. This involves preparing packets, whether that's crafting packets, painting packets, or preparing samples, recording videos and audio for all of our tutorials and posting these things online. Hosting virtual programs takes a little bit more thought and more preparation than an in-person program. There's scripting and editing that needs to take place that takes a little more time than you would just leading a program in person. We want to continue providing the same level of programming for our community while also preventing the spread of COVID, if that means being contactless or virtual, so taking all of those same crafting programs and coloring programs and just making them so that you can still participate but from home. Thank you so much to everybody who has commented and shared with pictures of their projects that they've completed. We anticipate continuing these virtual programs as COVID goes on, so we would love to continue getting those pictures and all of that feedback for all of our programs so we can continue to serve our community. So always like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Hello everyone. We want to send out a special thank you to all of you who have continued to visit the library and take part in some of our online events. This has been a real challenging year. We've had to really come up with new ways to serve you and think outside the box. But we want you to know that we are working hard to develop new programs and to continue to offer those key services that you come to depend on while keeping you safe as well as the staff.
So we encourage you to check out our monthly calendar of events so that you know what awesome take-home kits we have available for all ages,
as well as all the new and exciting digital events that we are planning for the future.
Come check us out.